I've been hand cycling now for about 5 years, in and around London, as well as outside of London, more rurally, leisure, recreation cycling, whether that's going to things, which this really opens up range in terms of, being able to go see things, see people, meet people places, and just in terms of going out for a cycle. One of the primary problems with barriers, particularly when you're going along a route that you don't already know, is that you may come across a barrier you didn't know was there. There's a good chance that there won't be enough space for you to turn around, particularly if you're in a recumbent or any kind of wider cycle, especially if it's got 4 wheels. There's never enough space to turn around with 4 wheels.
Some barriers are not wide enough for the wheels to go through, so you have to get off, push it and then get back on.
In most cases, I would not choose this route for most of the disabled cyclists that I work with, because the issues are just trying to get people through them. Some people might be able to get off their trike or off their recumbent, but other people might not.
It is a safety issue for people who are visually impaired. I'm sure there are safety issues for people who are with other disabilities too. The pilot will guide this bicycle through, but I'm always on the back, hanging onto the bike, and I often get scraped by the narrow
posts,
posts. I've often ended up with clothes with holes in them because the bike's got caught in an awkward place probably. So it's not ideal for somebody who can't see.
So I use this route all the time in various different ways. I sometimes ride along it for leisure, or I lead rides with new cyclists and kind of confidence building rides. And then we also have this Trishaw here, and we do a little project called Trishaw Trips, which is part of a Cycling Without Age project. So we take older people out in this bike on this route where we can and try and squeeze through this barrier. We can only just fit this bike through, so it's really tight, and I'm quite an experienced rider, can just about get it through whilst walking, but we have lots of volunteers that we want to try and get using this bike and taking older people out, so we want to make sure it's as easy as possible for them and also safe as well.
It doesn't do what it's supposed to do to keep the motorcycles out, because I've seen motorcycles, mopeds the other side of this barrier.
Well, I will ask him how many barriers there are on the route, and if there are too many, I will try and avoid the ride.
It's hard getting along here because you just can't get through with the scooter and that, because there's just no turning point in it, and these don't give you a great deal of turning, and this is what we struggle with coming along here.
And then you have a choice of either giving up and going home, which may involve you having to crawl around on the floor to turn things around. You may just come across a barrier, a pair of bollards that are just too narrow, impassable, completely impassable. If you just follow LTM 120, it is wheelchair accessible to any wheelchair I've ever seen or could reasonably imagine.